So welcome back everyone. So today we'll be continuing our course on JavaScript, teaching you the basics you need to know to get started programming on JavaScript. And for this course today we'll be talking on variables. So without wasting time, let's get right into it. So before we head over to JavaScript variables, I want to quickly say, you see, most people for the first time when they want to learn coding, they see it to be something difficult, they see it to be something intimidating, so challenging. But I want to encourage you today to let you know that coding is not as difficult as you think. It all depends on how you were able to learn this thing, who taught you, the platform you followed. It all depends on you. There are two factors that can make learning coding difficult or easy for you. One is you, your own person, yourself, your determination, your drive, and secondly, which is the most important thing, the most important of all, is who or how you were able to learn this thing. So the way you got this knowledge. So that is why Coding Made Easy, we are bringing this tutorial of learning coding or JavaScript and other programming language as well in an easy format, making it easy for you. So if it is not easy, then it won't be called Coding Made Easy. So coding is not as difficult as you may think. Coding is very simple, as it's as simple as this is simple mathematics which we have right here. It's as simple as mathematics, as saying when x is equal to 2, y is equal to 3, if z is equal to x plus y. So what is z? So at the point where x is 3 and y is 2, z is equal to 5. As simple as this is what? Coding. Yes, this is coding. So you don't need to be afraid, you don't need to be intimidated, you don't need to be scared that coding is difficult, mostly when you see most people work. So if you want to see how easy of a truth coding really is, then stay tuned, and I'd love for you to hit the subscription button and the notification bell so you can get our recent videos upload. You won't miss out on anything. You can follow along on this channel, so your foundation will be built on a solid ground with good experience, and it's not going to be difficult for you. So because we bring it in the simplest way as we can think as possible. So that's for that. Now let's continue our main aim of today, which is JavaScript variables. So here I am in my terminal once again. It's empty. So when we talk of variables, picture with me right now. Remember in our last previous video we talked about data, the data type we have, data being a piece of information, and the several types of data which we have. And these types of data are the way in which data can come. So they can come in any form. They can come in either a number type, a string type, boolean, undefined, or none. So data are information, right? So now imagine if you were in a situation where, or in a school, a learning environment. Now the speaker is speaking, is releasing information, right? These informations is releasing a whole lot of information. If maybe you were in a school, for instance, and the teacher is teaching a course, or the lecturer, the course has its name. So what the information the lecturer is communicating is relating to that course, and so the information you are receiving, there needs to be stored somewhere. Your head, right? Your brain. But you see, your brain cannot assimilate all of this information at the same time. All of it cannot just hold them. It won't be balanced. You can forget some certain things later on. If maybe it was treating the whole course, or if they say let's treat the whole course for that day, it's going to be complicated. So in order to avoid data loss, which is information loss, this data need to be stored in somewhere that is fixed, somewhere that you can make reference of, somewhere you can go back on to check on this information and you reuse them. So this data cannot, data and information that need to be stored somewhere. So this place where data are stored in, when the speaker is speaking, going back to that our example, when the speaker is speaking, releasing information, you are writing down those information, you are storing down those information. So what you are doing at that point, you are saving information in your book, in your notes. So as the speaker is speaking, you are simply jotting down the points, the things that the speaker is saying. You are saving those informations so it won't get lost, so that later on you can come back and check on those information, read about them. You can also make use of it. So this place which this information was stored in is what we regard or known as the variable. So in simple terms, variable are what holds data. They are what contains data. So data are information that need to be stored somewhere, and where is that place is known as the variable. So data are informations that are stored inside of a variable, and a variable can contain anything. It can contain an array, it can contain a function. You learn about these things later on. So just know that variables is what holds the data, it contains the data, so you can make use of it. So a variable is more like your notebook, which you write in, you put in your information, the data that are important to you. Even those are not important, you put them down and it contains them. You can always make reference of it to it. You can always make use of it whenever you need. So, example, if maybe you were in a class and they taking, let's use mathematics now. A question was raised in mathematics which says, if x is equal to 2 and then y is equal to 3 and z is equal to x plus y, and then the speaker or the teacher, the lecturer asks, what is z? So automatically x is 2, y is 3, and z is x plus y. So where x is 2 and y is 3, z is going to be 2 plus 3, which is 5. So the answer is 5. You see, as simple as this example is, this is actually coding. This is the basics of coding. Now this is one thing that makes coding simpler. Speaking of variable, you see this example we made earlier here, we made before. We said when x is equal to 2, y is equal to 3, and z is equal to x plus y. So z is equal to 5. Now you see 2 here is a data. The concept of which this work, this is LH L.H .S, which is stands for left hand side, while this is right hand side. So in the left hand side we have our variable, and the right hand side we have our data. So 2 here for x, when x is equal to 2, 2 is serving as the data. So what it means is that, for instance, x is to be called. You know that wherever you see x, automatically x is representing 2. So as you are seeing x, you are seeing 2. And for case of y is representing 3. So when you see y, automatically you see 3. That so also it is here. That is why x and y with z are regarded as a variable. So 2, 3 are the data which are stored inside of a variable called x and y. So for x, 2 is the data and it is stored inside a variable called x, and for y, 3 is the data, it is stored inside a variable called y. So As simple as this, you have covered or you have touched data type with variable. This is about data type and variable. So in order to convert this script which we have here into a standard JavaScript format, because as it is right now, it's not in a standard JavaScript format, you need to declare it, because if you are to run this, it's not going to work. It's going to show you error. So this is about data type and variable. So next we'll be learning on how to declare or create a variable.